lovelies here on Instagram. How is everybody doing? This is the UK weather for us. So on Monday, we were celebrating with 20 degrees weather. It was beautiful. And then today, actually yesterday it snowed a little bit. And today we have 4 degrees weather and it's cold as hell. Some parts is like -2 degrees. Well, not cold as hell because hell is hot, but it is cold. Okay, so we literally just came back in, and all morning I've been meaning to come on here and share some juicy bits with you all. Now, what I'm going to be saying today is really controversial, I think. It's very shocking, especially in this self-help world and this you can do it, it's all in you. And yes, I completely agree to that. But I have something else I want to share with you. And as a woman of faith, a Christian believer, I am here to tell you that you do not have to change your life on your own. You don't have to do the big changes on your own. Yes, your responsibility is to say yes, choose, you want to change, right? That's your choice. You have to make that decision. It is on you and you alone to say yes, I want to create a better life. Yes, I want all that God has for me. Yes to everything else, right? But you do not have to struggle on your own. You do not have to be stressed out on your own. You do not have to go through life every single day worrying about if it's going to happen on your own. Okay? And that is the authority and that is the power that we have as Christian believers. Let me give you a story to, like, basically my whole life has been about this, right? So basically, those of you who do not know me, I share about the life that I have, well, even up to now. Like, I have always found things to be super easy. I'm not lying right? Like, things just came to me very easily because, and I know now it's because God has shown me that I have always had that mindset. Like, God is always working things out for me. I've always had that abundant mindset in the sense of saying that, of course, good things are working out for me. Of course, I get what I have, what I want. Of course, I get my desires, because why wouldn't I have it, right? That has always been my reality. But in this period of time, I lost my way. Tell you the truth, I lost my way and I got caught up in the whole law of attraction, universe nonsense. Those of you who know me, I'm a Christian believer. Hi for jumping on. Thanks for jumping on here. And I got my head all mixed up in this whole thing of, oh, attraction, blah, blah, blah. And then everything just went silent. I was struggling. I was worried. I was overwhelmed. I was stressed. And I was not getting the desires that I wanted. I started questioning myself. I started questioning God. Why is this not happening? And God had to bring me back. He was like, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are in me. You are loved. You are accepted. You are worthy. You are redeemed. You are enough, right? He had to show me that. He's like, listen, when your life is good, I am glorified. God had to remind me of that. And so I want to share with you this story. When I moved to Cyprus, okay, we were posted to Cyprus from Germany. So while we were in Germany, colleagues of mine were saying, oh my gosh, I was working in the education center and it was a lovely job. I was in the library. I was doing a resettlement administrative job. It was really easy, you know what I mean? And we were getting paid. Life was good, right? But we were posted into Cyprus now, and so colleagues of mine were going like, oh my gosh, Cyprus is so different. The jobs are really hard to get in Cyprus, especially administrative jobs. Wives don't really get loads of jobs. Most wives just go over there and just sit down and just enjoy the place because it's like a warm country. At the time, it was just my husband and I. We didn't have Zayn at the time. And I remember thinking, but in the back of my mind, I was a little bit, like, it went across my mind, like, maybe I wouldn't get a job. But in the back of my mind, I was going, of course I'm going to get a job. I'm a child of God. I have an advantage over everybody else, okay? Because I have a God of the impossible on my side. That's the way I thought. And that's the thinking that I had in my head. We went to Cyprus. We moved down there. And so said so done. I was looking through the jobs and everything else. And so the first month we got there, I was looking through jobs and everything else, but I was also settling in. I had to unpack the house. Jay was going into work, settling into his own workplace as well. We had to send over our car, so we had a lot of administrative stuff to get through. But after 1 week on Jay's job, he was in a specific unit in Cyprus, right? Because he's military. And so he came home and he said to me, oh my goodness, well, he didn't say, oh my goodness. He said to me, there's a section in the unit that they have civilian women that works there. They're like 3 women, and actually they have a vacancy. 2 of them are there. They have a vacant spot there, and the ladies were so lovely. And I told them that my wife wanted a job, but looking for a job, and so they told him that I should apply for the job. So he came home and he said to me, and we saw the details of the job. It's like an administrative analyst, a vetting analyst, and everything else. And I was like, yeah, why not? I'll apply for the job. No big deal. I applied for the job and I was called for the interview. This is when things got real, right? So I got called for the interview, and I don't know why, but it's like the devil said to me, ask the gentleman who sent the email how many persons were going for the interview. And so I asked him, I was like, how many persons are being interviewed for this job? And he said to me, 5 women. And my heart dropped. I was like, 5 women are being interviewed for this job. I'm never going to get this job. That's what I thought in my head. I was so scared. I was so overwhelmed. I literally was about to send the guy and be like, you know what, forget it. I'm going to drop out of this interview. I'm not coming. I was that close. But something said to me, Zaddy, don't be stupid. Speak to your mother. My mom, oh my gosh, ever the optimist. My mother, this force of encouragement in my life. I reached out to my mom and I was crying to her. I was like, Mom, 5 women are being interviewed for this job. This one position. I'm never going to get it. I'm not even British. I don't speak with a British accent and everything else. I have my Caribbean accent and everything else. And my mom was like, Zanny, do your best and God will do the rest. And that is something that I've always said to myself through university, throughout school, you know, whenever I'm studying for a big test or whatever, I always be like, you know what, I'm studying, I'm doing my best, and then God is going to do the rest. And I graduated with first class honors. So obviously it worked, right? So my mom said the same thing. She's like, just prepare, do your research, speak to people. I made sure I asked Jay a lot about the unit. I got the information that I needed. And she's like, just go in there, pray, ask God, and you just kill it. I went in, I was nervous, but I prayed and God just calmed me so much. I went in and I did the interview. A couple of days after, they sent me, I got the job. And not only did I get the job, they actually said to me when I started that my interview blew them out of the park. And I was interviewed by the top boss in the unit as well as the welfare officer. And they said that my interview gave them shivers. They said like they were blown away by my interview. And I landed that job out of the 5 other women. And in the back of my mind, I'm a Black Caribbean girl. I am new to this thing, but you know what? I did my best. I showed up and I said, God, if this is for me, you will give it to me. If it's not, then I wouldn't get it because there's something better out there for me. And that has always been my mentality throughout my life until I got screwed up into all this mess, right? And I went back to God. I went back to his promises. I went back to his truth. You are a child of God. Of course, you're going to get good things in your life. You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. You don't have to do things on your own. You just have to know that I am with you. Make the decision, make the choice, step into the power that I gave you, which is the decision to say, yes, I want this because I desire it. And you know what changed for me as well, especially when it came to money and it came to like business and stuff like that. What changed for me is because as a Christian, I think I was caught up again in this whole thing of you can't have it all. You can't have a good life, good health, a wonderful husband, a beautiful daughter, you know, and still working in the job of your dreams and making loads of money. To me, that was like, oh my gosh, the epic ideal life. That cannot happen for me. I'm a small Caribbean island girl. How could this be real, right? That was my hurdle. And then one day God said to me, pray. I actually came across this prayer in the Bible app. Hi, Onika. Thanks for joining me. I came across this in the Bible app. And it said, the prayer was, God, if my desires and my goals are not of you, take them away and give me the desires of your heart. I pray that. And I was so sincere. And lo and behold, the immediate feeling I got was like, this is what I want for you. The desire I want for you is to impact women around the world, to let them know that they can have it all, and I want that for them as well, to show them that they can do this and they don't have to do it alone, and you're gonna make a lot of money from doing it. God said that to me. I'm telling you, prayer, oh my God, I felt it, and I was like, God, if you want that for me, then I want that for myself, and I am going to pursue it. And hence hence I'm here showing up on this video pursuing this right now. Listen, I want to let you know, maybe you're a Christian believer right now and you don't think you could have it all. Maybe you're scared to want it all. Maybe you're worried that God doesn't want that for you. Pray that prayer. God, if it is your desire, if it's not your desire that I have, take it away and give me your desires. And he will let you know. You would feel it so deep in your heart and in your spirit. You will be like, God, thank you for the confirmation. And go and do it. It's the same feeling that I had when I got that job in Cyprus. It's the same feeling that I had when I met my husband. It's the same feeling that I had when I got pregnant with Zaina. I can have my heart desire. You just have to trust and know that God wants the best for you. So of course he's gonna give you the best. It may not look like how you want it. It may not look the way that you have imagined it. It's gonna look even better. And that is the most important thing. Let go of the how. I had to go back to that every single time. Let go of the how and the when. God doesn't operate in time and space. He is not constrained by time and what is happening around you. He is the God of the impossible. And so if you are a Christian believer, if you believe in God, trust that what your desires are in your heart is what he wants for you, or even better. And then just allow him to work it in your life. Just let it go. Don't fight up. Don't worry. Don't stress. Just trust it and know that you are loved. You are worthy. You are abundant. You are prosperous. You are successful. You are enough. You are forgiven. You are accepted. That is who you are. And so if that is who you are, of course abundance is yours. Of course the life of your dreams is yours. Of course you get to meet that man of your dreams. Of course you get to have a wonderful marriage. And this doesn't only just work in business and in jobs and everything. It works in your marriage. Not until, my husband is a type A personality. He's very OCD. He's military, right? So he's about having certain things a certain way. And many times I'm like the complete opposite, right? Like I'm not like sloppy, but I am not like perfect. You know what I mean? Like I could be okay with stuff on the floor. I'm okay with that, right? He's got to get things really clean. And there's a point in my marriage where it was so difficult for me and my husband to get along. If I left like one argument we had once, I left half of a banana in the fridge. Guys, I can't eat a whole banana. I don't really like bananas. But what if I kind of felt for banana? I ate half of a banana and left the other half in the fridge. He came home. He was not happy. Why is there half a banana in the fridge? Why can't you just eat the whole banana or throw the rest? I'm like, but I might want the other half tomorrow. That was a big argument. Listen, I got so upset. I literally chopped down the knife split in half, and I was like, I'm done. That was a horrible argument. That's one of our worst arguments, right? And listen, I was at the point where I'm like, I'm walking out. I can't believe he's getting all over like this over a banana, blah, 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 blah. That's me, right? I'm like, I'm done. I'm not arguing. I hate confrontation. And I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not interested in what you have to say, blah, blah. I called up our pastor. And actually, Jay spoke to my pastor because I wasn't speaking to him for like 3 days. I literally wasn't speaking to him. He left a note and he was like, babe, can you speak to me? And I was like, no, I'm done. I can't be asked with this, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, his pastor reached out to me and I explained everything to pastor. And you know what he said to me? He was like, listen, you know that Jay loves you. He may have his ways, but he loves you. So therefore, your job is to be the best wife. Your job is to try your best. Your job is to love him, all right? And just not be worried about the little things. That was important to me. I had to hear that. And something just shifted. I remember during prayer, God was just like, you know what? You are a wife, right? You are not always right. Yes, it may be difficult for you to be handling somebody, a different personality like you, but he loves you. And that is the most important thing. And just that knowledge, God was like, I'm going to be there with you. Put me in the middle of this marriage and you will see a difference. And I'm telling you, I tell so much of my friends this. I did that. I was like, God, I am bringing my problems to you. Every time I'm angry with him, I take it to God in prayer. I'm like, God, I cannot deal with this man. He is so blah, blah, blah. And instead of complaining to Jay, I will speak to God. And I would just be so at ease. And slowly, my marriage began to change. My husband was a different person. Even now, we are living so at peace, little arguments. And it's not because I had to pull my own weights. I did try. I still tried to put my own weight, but he's also very calm as well. He's much calmer now. He's not as OCD'd. And it's because, you know what? We've realized it doesn't make sense we're fighting against each other. We have a mediator. We have somebody who is all powerful. We take it to him. And something my new podcast bestie now, Real Talk Kim, said, instead of taking up the phone, take it to the throne, right? And she's so right. Like when you have problems, instead of taking up the phone and moaning and groaning to your friends and your family, take it to God. Because the thing is, you could go and speak your issues to your parents, and I realized this early in my marriage, right? You're going to tell things to your parents and your sisters, and they're going to think things about your husband, and then you and your husband make up and you're forgiving him, and then your parents have that in their head. You don't want that. Any issues in your marriage, take it to God. Any issues in your life, take it to God and trust that he is going to do it for you. He's going to make a way for you. And it's not always easy. I could preach this from Thy Kingdom Come. And that is why I have the Discover Your Inner Power program. That's exactly what I do. I help you to not only stay the way and stay consistent with God and keeping your eyes on the prize and basically taking the responsibility for yourself. That say, hands up, yes, I want to change things. I want things to go this way in my life. That's the responsibility. But also doing the work, releasing, letting go, shifting your energy, seeing things a different way, noticing the thoughts. That is the key. And that's what I do. And if you have not known, my power framework helps you to go even deeper. And I speak about the power framework, how I use prayer, peace, praise, and how we use so much of these things, right? And it's just these effective tools are just some of the techniques that you can use to overcome your fears, overcome your anxieties, and give it to God. Let go, trust him, believe in him. Zayna's coming through. Onika's like, I'm not married yet, but I understand completely. I do the same thing. You have to do the same thing. I am telling you, if you want peace, choose peace, right? This morning, I get like, let me tell you guys, I get upset for like the little things. I don't get upset for big things, but like, let's say Zayna's here. Zayna, no, please. No. Let's say, for example, I buy like a whole corn cob, and Zayna, don't do that, darling. Don't do that. Zayna's here. So let's say I buy a whole corn cob, and I don't like the whole big corn cob, right? I like to have it in little bits. And I would be so frustrated if I'm trying to cut the corn cob and I can't get it cut, which I usually can't because it just spills everywhere. And I'm just like, I can't deal with this corn. I'm so upset, right? I get so upset for stuff like that. Or if I'm trying to open a tin and I can't get it, I get so frustrated, right? But this past couple of days, I'm like, I choose peace. I'm not going to get upset. No. I choose peace. And as I take deep breaths and I choose peace, it always works out. And I don't have to get overwhelmed. And I don't have to get stressed. And that is exactly what the power framework helps you to do. Zayna, can you want me to daddy, please? Can you want me to daddy? Zayna's here. Don't do that. All right? So, I'm going to have to wrap it up now. Thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for being here, Onika. But this is what I wanted to remind you. As a Christian believer, self-help books, personal development always say, you've got to do it. I agree with that, right? But the power... Zayna! Oh my gosh. Zayna, can you go meet daddy, please? Zayna's here. But the power is already inside of you. The power is within you. The power and the authority is already there because God is within you. Jesus is with you. All right? And you don't have to do it alone. Sometimes mega changes are required in our lives. And we're thinking, how can that be? Trust God. He will change things and knock it out the park. Knock it out the park. Zayna, can you want me to daddy now, please? Now. He will knock it out of the park, and you will want to know how. How did that happen? You trusted, you released it, you let go, you loved yourself, you love yourself, you remember who you are, you stay unwavering in your truth, in who you are in Christ, and you did not let go. That is how it is, okay? And I want to let you know as well, I am running a challenge, a 5-day challenge where I'm going to go even more deeper in this power framework. It starts on the 19th of April until the 23rd. 5 days in a private Facebook group. I want you to come and join me. Go ahead, link is in my bio. Go ahead, join up and come and hang out with me for those 5 days on the 19th onto the 23rd, where I'm going to go deeper in the power framework. I'm going to help you and show you how to implement it in your life, because yes, you can do it, but consistency is key. being able to know how to shift the energy, being able how to stay unwavering in your truth, and being able to just know who you are in Christ and stand on that even when the seas get rough and rough get roughing. You've got that truth, okay? So that's what I'm going to help you with. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, let me know right now before I hop off. I hope this has been helpful to you, but I just want to remind you, you don't have to do it all alone. And it gets to be so easy. It gets to be so freeing. It gets to be so good because it's not just you. You've got a higher being. You've got the God of the impossible on your side. You've got the God who can change. He parted the Red Sea, okay? He brought Lazarus and Jesus from dead. That's who he is. And he can do greater things in your life if you just let him. Alright, so let me know if you're going to join me for the challenge. Let me know if this has been helpful for you. And if you have any questions, that's all I have for today. And I will speak with you all very, very soon. Bye!